Winning an NBA championship is not easy. It takes hard work, it takes talent, it takes sacrifice, and most importantly, it takes LeBron James.
LeBron James.
So, in this video, I will be talking about how I believe the Los Angeles Lakers will win the 2021-2022 NBA championship. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is how the Lakers acquired Russell Westbrook in a trade. I honestly feel like this is a very good move. It's a sleeper move. I feel like people may not believe in it as much, but in my honest opinion, I believe that Russell Westbrook honestly could win MVP this year. You can't tell me that Russell Westbrook can't at least this year put up, I'll say, 24, 11, and like 9, you know? And also, the Lakers, they're going to be a 1 or 2 seed. So, in past votings, usually, voters tend to vote higher seeded teams as MVP. Not to say that he's most likely, because he is playing on the side of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, which is going to take some votes away from him. But if he averaged somewhere around, I'll say 25, 10, and 11, and a number 1 seed in the league, I mean, that has to at least get consideration over somebody else. You know, that's a triple-double. You're 1 seed. You really don't have any argument for him not to be MVP. Somebody's going to have to outplay that. Now, let me address this second issue with all the memes saying that we're old, that the Lakers are old, they're washed up. Maybe 10 years ago, they'll be the best team ever. Most people don't understand is NBA championships are run by veterans. It's not typically won by young players. Maybe players in their prime, the stars or whatever, should be in the prime. That's a fact. But we're acting like LeBron James isn't still LeBron James, probably a top 3 player in the NBA still to this day at his very old age. I think he's 36. Anthony Davis is clearly in his prime. I don't even think he's 30 yet. I think he's like 29. Russell Westbrook is like 33. Now, these are your key guys. Now, the rest of the roster are usually veterans on NBA championship teams, because usually if you have 2 or 3 all-stars or superstars on your team, you may not be able to afford a young up-and-coming talent that's going to go to your team and just fit into a role where it's, as a veteran, already made money, you already experience other things, experience other accomplishments in their career. Maybe they want to just go somewhere where they're not asked to do too much, and they could just win an NBA championship and still contribute in some type of way. Now, the veterans that they have are very elite veterans, like in their role as a veteran, like Trevor Ariza, Dwight Howard, Carmelo Anthony, Rajon Rondo. Now, these guys have been around the league, either run NBA championships or been the best player on their team. You know, they may not be still in their prime or whatever, but I believe Dwight, Carmelo Anthony, those 2 are probably Hall of Famers. Don't know about Rajon Rondo. Maybe he is. Maybe he gets in there. But Dwight Howard was once probably the best center in the league, and Carmelo Anthony was probably one of the best scorers in the league. And these guys can still contribute to a NBA roster, let alone a championship squad, if they willing to play the role. And also that it's not like we just got those guys. We also got steals like Kendrick Nunn and Malik Monk. Now these are young talents that signed for the vet minimum. You know what I mean? Usually championship teams don't get young guys that can probably go somewhere else and get a bigger contract. Maybe it was because of COVID and other reasons that goes around in the league that they maybe didn't get the money that they expected and was said, you know what, I'm gonna go somewhere where I can win a championship, and maybe when I enter free agency next year I could get a bigger contract. And now Anthony Davis. Now Anthony Davis, I know people want him to be the best player on the Lakers, but I don't think that's who he is as a person. It's not in his character to just take over necessarily. Like, I feel like throughout the regular season he's not going to be as dominant as he is in the playoffs. Now in the playoffs I feel like he is going to be a top 5 player in the league, but I hope he asserts his dominance and almost wants to be the best player in the league, because he can be the best player in the league. A guy that's 6'11", can shoot, can dribble a little bit, and can post up and be dominant also. And also, he's probably one of the best defenders in the league. I'm talking about overall, where he could guard on the perimeter, and he could run protect, and he can guard your best post player. You know, I feel like AD is always, or can be, a defensive player of the year candidate if he really tries to be. Now, like how I said at the beginning of the video, the main piece of this championship team, any team that LeBron James on, is about LeBron James, because he is one of the GOATs of the NBA, period, of all times. He's one of the best players to ever step foot or ever handle the basketball. So when you're on a team with him, maybe he wants AD to be the best player, but that's not going to stop LeBron James for always trying to be the best player on the court. He's always going to try to be that, because that's in his character. We've seen that over his whole entire career. Basically, him always dominating and inserting himself no matter what it is. He's always in the right spot. He's always trying to take the big shot. He's always making a big defensive play, even though he haven't won, you know what I mean, every single finals. He's been to the finals 9-10 times. So it always shows you that he's always making it. He's always there. And now with this roster, I feel like LeBron James is going to knit this roster all the way together and show you why he's probably one of the best GMs in the league. You know, he's probably one of the best GMs in the league, and those are the reasons why I feel like the Los Angeles Lakers are going to win the NBA championship. Now, the only people that's honestly in this way are the Brooklyn Nets, but we see the issues that they're going through with Kyrie and him not wanting to take the vaccine or whatever his issues are off the court. He has multiple issues. Who knows if those issues get solved by the end of the NBA season when it's time for the playoffs. But even without Kyrie, they still have James Harden and KD, and when you have two talents like that, you always gonna have a chance to win the NBA championship. But we'll see. You know, that's my honest opinion of who's gonna win the 2021-2022 NBA championship. Leave a comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Let me know who you think is going to win the NBA championship. I'm honestly curious to see and get some insight and some knowledge from you guys. So like and subscribe, leave a comment. Other than that, out.